My name's Ralph Beale. I'm originally from the UK with a mixed heritage from Asia and Europe. I started Muay Thai 40 years ago from a boxer, progressing into having my own gym, doing the teacher training courses, then going into management of Muay Thai as in federations in the UK and Europe, involved with the General Secretary of Europe. Then I've been on the executive board and committee member of the World Muay Thai Council since 1995 and the International Federation of Muay Thai Associations, IFMA.
My name is Ashish Sethi. I'm from India. I started Muay Thai 3 years back. This was never planned. It just happened. I came to Thailand to explore my potential, and now I'm a professional fighter. I was never a professional fighter. I just did it for checking that am I good or not. Amateur, I was good, but for professionally, I wanted to see can I enter the ring. And after entering the ring, I realized this is my passion, this is my life, and I dedicate my life to this. You never know that you are made for it.
The camp started in August 1998 by the time we completed the renovation, because it was original traditional backpackers wooden huts. Myself and a few people that we knew that were involved in Muay Thai, we came to Koh Samui on a holiday and we happened to find this place. And our idea was to give back to the community and was to help the local children that's orphaned or underprivileged. We tried to help them with education and housing. So we allowed the manager at the time from the temple, Kun Krian, to stay here with his wife and the family, and anyone that wanted to train Muay Thai, they come. With the younger children, we gave them the path for education. We would support them financially. They only could train Muay Thai if they completed their education. They went to school, they became good students in education, and they can learn Muay Thai.
My name is Sophie Chong. I am Chinese, but I live in Holland, in the Netherlands. Almost 4 years ago, I had a really good friend, a girl, and she brought me to a Muay Thai gym to do like a normal training with her. And after that, I really loved the sport and I fell in love.
Why did you choose the Lamai Muay Thai Camp, and why Koh Samui?
So Koh Samui was more practical reasons, because when I came like 1 month ago, there was some sandbox restrictions because of COVID, so you couldn't go to many places. And it's also beautiful. I've never been here. I've been to some other parts of Thailand. I did a lot of research online, and when I arrived at Lamai, I just felt that it was the right place. I could feel the atmosphere was good. I could see so many really good fighters, and the energy was great. I also had a chat with Ralph to understand more about the gym, so that's why I came here. From my experience, I feel like what I've learned, especially here at this camp, is like you can do almost anything that you want to do. Like, you always think that you can't do something. You always look at how other people train, how other people work hard, and you think this is so difficult, I could never do it. And you realize that when you put your full heart into something and you really want it and you really work, you can do it. So that's how I feel in my training. And it hasn't always been easy also, being a woman and training, especially when you start out and you're really bad, like everyone is very bad. So you can really do whatever you want. You just have to give it your all. And you have to believe in yourself. That's always something I don't always do well, but that I'm trying.
I've seen the benefits in the sport, from athleticism to helping the direction of people, and what I believe to follow the true path of Muay Thai. So about 8 years ago, myself, this is the current King Rama 10, and myself and the executive board members, we went to the palace, and to present to the king, we said, look, we want to help Muay Thai to grow to Olympic sport. Can you help us and give us your blessing? And he did. At the time, his son was only young, and we made him the Prince of Muay Thai. So we made a pair of shorts of Prince of Muay Thai, and he was about 8 years old now. I think he's 17, I believe. So he's the Prince of Muay Thai, and in that period of time, Muay Thai is now a fully recognised sport by Olympics.
I'm Juan David, I'm from Colombia. I live in Belgium and now I'm in Samui training in Lamai Muay Thai. I started 8 years ago because it helped me with my personality also, my rage, my problems.
Do you consider yourself as a professional fighter?
Not yet. I think to become a professional fighter, it's about experience. So I think, as Sanchai did say it once, more than 60, 75, you can consider yourself a professional fighter. The one thing I say to the people is close to me, that they don't hesitate to do the thing they like. So I think it's really important to do what you love. Don't hesitate to do it because the time doesn't wait for anybody.
This is the equipment shop where we have a number of Thai-made brands. We try to promote the local brands, and I've been involved with the development of these brands since establishment. MTG, a traditional Thai brand, to Twin Special, to Fairtex since early 1998, 1999. So we've developed these brands into an international standard, the top brands in the world.
My name is Daniel Strelkov. I'm from Russia. 5-6 years ago, I had a couple of amateur fights, but I never trained really seriously. Till I got stuck here during the beginning of COVID. It was like March 2020. And then I found this gym. I started training here, and that's how I got into Muay Thai. To be honest, I had no plan to fight or to do it professionally, and at the moment I found myself fighting at a really big show. It was surprising for me as well. I just tried to help guys who train here. Basically, because of COVID, the only people that were left here are professional fighters for quite some time. And so we had to train together, we help each other, we push each other during training. And at some point I just got better.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
We assess the fighters over a period of time. Sometimes they're recommended through people we know, but we generally do our own assessment. So when people will come, we'll put them through the normal training. They get used to the climate, they get used to the conditions in Thailand. Then we start to step the pressure up. Start with a 4K run, 10K run. You know, they're doing 5 3-minute rounds on the pads. They're doing bag work, doing clinching. It's a lot more grueling than most training sessions you'll find. But then we can then assess the level of fighter they need to be. Some of them had some experience in their own country, but generally not to the Thai standard. So what we do, we try to get them to capture the whole spirit of Muay Thai. So they understand some of the traditions of the pre-ritual dance. It's like a blessing or a prayer to your teacher, to your family, and to your heritage. So this is what we try to do. It doesn't matter on religion because it's more to do with the sport. It's not Buddhist, but we are in a Buddhist country. We have Muslim, we have Christian fighters. But anyone that just respects the art of Muay Thai, they're having a blessing for them and their journey in Muay Thai. It's not to do with a religious basis.
My name is Fabio. I come from Portugal. I live in Thailand for 2 years now. It was closer from China, and I could get some good fights in China, and I could train in Thailand too. So I could train and fight in China, and with the fight money, I could survive in Thailand. So I thought it was a great plan for me. I've always been in love with the fighting game, so I think kickboxing, it's not very far from Muay Thai. So I thought that I could adapt my style, and to be honest, to pay the bills too. So I needed to find a way to support myself while I'm in Thailand.
How many times per day they train?
Training is twice a day. So they'll get up in the morning, they'll be started running by 6:30. And depending on the schedule of the week, we say, okay, you're doing 4K this morning, you're doing X amount of skipping, X amount of bag work, clinching, pad work. Then they'll go again in the afternoon, maybe a longer run, maybe 6K or 10K, or we'll do a 6K in hill sprints. Then they're starting to get themselves conditioned. People with a common goal, common interests, they become more than just training partners. They end up eating together, like sharing experiences together. So it becomes more like extended family. So yeah, it doesn't matter where the people are from, which country, even if the language barrier is a little bit difficult, it doesn't matter, because they're putting the same effort in to the same goal of training to fight, depending what level. And we feel that with our camp especially, we leave any attitude at the door.
My name is Erdem Taha, surname is Dinçer. I'm coming from Turkey. My first coach is my brother. When my brother started Muay Thai and I started, I think I was 4 or 5 years old. Firstly, you're learning how you will punch, how you will kick, and after maybe 1 year, maybe 2 years after, if you want to be professional, if you want to be fighters, that time this can be possible. But every people can fight, every people can training. It's so easy, because of if you want to lose weight, it's so easy. You can choose the Muay Thai and no hurts, no something, just training, kick in the pad, kick in the back, running. It's so easy.
Fighters to use Muay Thai outside of the ring?
Generally not. With people fighting Muay Thai, you become a calmer person. You realise that the person that's causing the fight is not worth fighting. So you just normally walk away, because it's not worth the effort. Because in the modern world now, with all the lawsuits and criminal records, it's not worth it. The people that think in that manner are generally not real martial artists or not Muay Thai fighters.
We came to fight.